Our next speaker is going to be a lady who started a cosmetics empire, Abby Ogunfemi. Welcome to the ACES conference.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Dan. Thank you so much for this opportunity, for this great, wonderful platform. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. So my name is Abby Ogunfemi. I'm the founder of All Flourish Cosmetics. Just a bit about my background. I study microbiology science and I diversify into pharmaceutical sciences where I specialized in dermatology. So I've always been a makeup enthusiast. So not a makeup artist, but I actually love makeup. So I do tend to buy quite a bit from here and there. But I realized that every now and then there's quite a number of components or excipients that this makeup do have, and myself or some of my friends do develop allergy to it. So that's got me thinking that I'm sure there's a way out of this. And I do know from my background being at one of the dermatology therapy that paraben is one thing that they always say to exclude from any skincare. So I thought, okay, let's see how this goes. Then to top it all, if I go into any shops that I want to buy foundation, I have to use 2 shades, and that they're not cheap. Then again, I thought, okay, I'm sure there has to be a way out. So then I realized that there's a gap in the market. And one gap is that there is no inclusivity. I know things are coming up now. They're trying to include quite a lot of black shades in the beauty industry. But that actually was what challenged me to start All Flourish Cosmetics. So hence I took on a very hands-on approach to create the brand. And on July 2017, All Flourish Cosmetics was born. So I started All Flourish Cosmetics with no funds, no financial backing or any investment at all. I bet you guys were thinking, what were you thinking? But I thought to myself, you know, I need to start this. So I'll say one thing is that trying new things is often terrifying. Yes, I was terrified and it was daunting, but that was one of the main reasons why I thought it's enough for me to actually do it. I see a gap. I want to try and fill that gap. So the know-how, I heard Corey saying earlier on that she started big. Yes, I have done some businesses before, which I won't go into, that I started big and I fell flat in my face. But this one, I learned from that. So I thought this one, I'll do it differently, where I started All Flourish with lip gloss only. And I made sure that I had an input to the excipients that goes in it. So it was in my room and I was writing all the ingredients that I know that I needed to go into it. Then I said to my husband that, you know what, I did a lot of research and I chose to go to Miami. You probably asked me why, because I've always wanted to go to Miami. And then one of the sites, the plant sites that do make lipstick or makeup, they actually situated there. I thought, oh, this is a good idea. So I went there for a couple of weeks. I went into the plant sites. I was given the opportunity to actually pick my own ingredients that would go into it. And that was how I started. The first products that actually came out was lip gloss. And then it went into matte lipstick, went into foundation. And the key thing with the products is that I also want to make sure to include everybody. I want a layman to come in and just buy something and be able to use it themselves without having to rely on makeup artists to do it, without having to have any background knowledge and not looking like a masquerade after you've worn it. So that was another thing that I was targeting with my customers. So the know-how is that the passion has to be there, of course, the research, the training, and also I tend to sign up for quite a number of exhibitions just to put myself out there. A lot of times, the first few exhibitions that I had was zero profits. I didn't actually make anything, but I'm a firm believer of awareness, because awareness will definitely lead to profits. And I kept going. It was tiring. I'm not going to lie. It was enough times I'm thinking I'm going to give up, but I made sure that this is not for one to give up, because my passion lies in this particular one. So like I said before, I started with 0 funds in my room, with 0 investment. I had uncountable no's, frustration, but one thing I did not do was to give up. My failures actually made me stronger. And obviously, because I failed before in other businesses, I'm thinking, well, that's not my name. I need to do something different. So I started challenging myself. One thing that I'll also say to encourage people is that just start. If you have an idea, start. Do it scared, because I did it. I was scared. I was afraid, but I just carried on doing it. Yeah. Do it when it doesn't even make sense. It has to make sense to you, but it might not make sense to others, because a lot of my friends were thinking, what were you thinking? And even me, I was in a way doubting myself that the beauty industry is so big. You have all these high-flying brands, and you just want to crawl in like a cockroach. And what are you thinking about? But I stood still and I stood my ground. And I thought, okay, I'm going to carry on. So our market presence at the moment is online and beauty. We have a beauty salon as well, and we have Instagram. However, I started 2017, I said, 2018, I started going into bigger retail chain companies like Selfridges, that was a no. I went into Debenhams, that was a no. ACES, not now. Boohoo, didn't get any response. Then this was via email, sending the business proposal to email to these big chains. Then I sent a proposal to TK Maxx, and TK Maxx picked it up and came back to me and said, well, we would like to see your products. So I met with the general manager, purchasing manager for the EU and UK. So even I was asking her that, oh, do you like the products that I sent to you via the post? He said, well, that's why you're here. because we like the product so much. That's why we thought, oh, this is good. Because at that time I've gone into eyeshadow palette as well, and said they're quite pigmented. It's something that we want to go into to make sure that we have our presence is felt amongst the entire community. I thought, oh, this is great. However, I know that I think it was Mavis that talked about structure. At that time, I thought I had structure. Did not. I'd started selling bit and bobs at the exhibition, bit and bobs online, but I didn't have that structure. Obviously, I had my business accounts. It was registered company as a limited company, but the labeling, the packaging was good enough, but not good enough to comply to EU and UK standards. So these are the things we need to put in mind. And I was quite fortunate with this purchasing manager that said to me, look, I don't mind you doing over labeling, but this is what you need to do. She went further to send me some things that I was able to learn about, and I was able to research into other things. And now I can say that I sell into TK Maxx, and All Flourish Cosmetics is one of the brands that they actually stock consistently since 2017. The thing that I want to say about the business economy, especially amongst us Black people, this is something that I'm so passionate about. It's that, yes, it's good that we all have business, but how do we actually maintain it? How do we retain it? I took this quote a while ago from, that was during the Black Lives Matters movement. Be the change you want to see, by the Mahatma Gandhi. I believe in change, which comes from people, but we need to create our wealth. Let us remove this consumer mentality. I think it was a gentleman that actually sent something on the group chat a while ago, about black hair care brands, where 80% of the producers were white or Chinese or Asian community. And we only have 20% being the black. Come on. This is why we're here. And I thank you, Dawn, for this great platform. I thank all the speakers that have spoken, because I was making notes and writing notes as I was going along. It's so much, so important that we create this wealth, retain it. How do we do that? Supporting one another. Like I said earlier before, I do have a beauty salon. And yes, enough times I've been burnt by black people, but I'm not going to stop employing black people, because that is what I'm all about. I know that, yes, some of them are not as we want, but we can't stop, because for me personally, saying, oh, I've encountered several no's. I've also had some people that said yes to me. So if I'm saying that because of the bad experience that I've had in businesses, I'm not going to forge ahead. The same thing applies to bad experience that I might have had with employees that are black people shouldn't stop me from actually giving another person a chance. So I'm actually trying to just encourage everyone right here to support one another. It's all well and good to say, oh, buy Black Pound Day, Black Friday. Are we actually doing it? We need to ask ourselves, and this is where be the change you want to see. Then we can eventually eradicate the oppression. If we can create the wealth, spread the wealth, retain it, either amongst us or other people. We talk about build a network, build our economy, grow our economy. This is all part of it. So I would just encourage everyone. I mean, moving on from my business to lockdown, beauty industry depends on the feel. Customers need to feel what they're buying most of the time. And the lockdown came, and I thought, okay, the whole world is crashing down. Being a COVID survivor within that lockdown as well, I had to train myself. I had to be an influencer. I had to be a content provider. I had to learn online with all these makeup artists or makeup gurus doing a lot of online stuff, so that I can do it myself and actually project it to the public out there, so they know how to use my product and they can see how I'm using it and they can go on and buy it. And good enough that Mavis said that, okay, during lockdown, she made good sales. Yes, same here. And little did I know, because just before lockdown, I called TK Maxx. Are you ready to reorder? Because I was a bit scared as well. They said, no, we don't know what's going to happen. We can't even do that at the moment. We're not reordering, maybe not this year. But because of what I was doing whilst I was on lockdown, remember, despite the fact that I was ill, very ill, I was on the very tail end of COVID-19. But I still had to, as I was getting back up my strength, I was just joining some links some training I paid for that I couldn't join, and that just went by. But I just want to encourage people that it's important that we just invest in ourselves, educate ourselves, so that we can carry on growing this business. And then little did I know that TK Maxx was actually watching everything that I was doing. Then the first day of lockdown which was the 4th of June, I got an email saying, oh, Abby, can you give me a call or contact me, something like that. And I called her, and she said to me, how you know, all these semantics that went into it. Anyway, then she said, we would like to place an order. And this time around, because you've been busy. And I said, busy where? So she was even shocked that I said to her that I had COVID. She said, oh, because I've been looking at your Instagram page, and it's been buzzing all through. And I thought, oh, okay, somebody's been watching, you know? And they placed order better than they've ever placed before. They are my main supplier, I'm the supplier to them, but they're my main retail chain, through channel where I sell. yes, I do sell online and I do sell on Instagram, but it's brilliant that I have them on board, and I'm still looking for more people to, more retail chains to come, just to encourage people that just keep going, don't be scared, eradicate producer, consumer mentality, and try and build a producer mentality. If you produce, then you can project it out there for people to have. And also, never ever be afraid of approaching these big companies. All they can do is say no, then you go somewhere else. Never be afraid of saying, yes, I was a bit jiggy when I had to go and meet them, but I still do it anyway. So thank you so much for your time, and thanks a lot, Dawn. You can find All Flourish Cosmetics at www.allflourishcosmetics.com. We have a presence on Instagram at all_flourish cosmetics. And also, for ladies that like foundation and you like to try it first before you do that, you can either DM us or send us an email, sales@allflourishcosmetics.com. Dawn has all my details, and I'm happy to help or give any information as time goes on. Thank you so much for your time, and I appreciate your... Any questions? I'm here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Abby. That was great. So thank you so much, Abby. And just to say, she won 2 awards recently.
Oh, yes, I forgot.
Right? 2 awards, not just 1 in one night, 2.
So I'm an award-winning entrepreneur.
And she spoke to me earlier in the day, and she sent me the link, and she said, oh, you must watch. I hope I win. And all the time, I'm sure she knew that she'd won already, because there was a pre-recorded message, you know, with her saying, oh, thank you for the award. We might play it later on or tomorrow if we have the time. But thanks, Abby, you're doing so well. And by the way, she has a beauty and a hair salon out in Kent. So this lady is busy. I tell you, she is busy. So
thank you.
And communicate with her on Instagram. She's really good.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Warning.